Fascinating facts about India's untouchables, a historical perspective. Welcome to today's episode, where we explore the complex and deeply moving history of India's untouchables, or Dalits. The story of India's untouchables is one that continues to shape the country's identity today. Who are the untouchables? How did this social hierarchy came into existence? And what are some lesser known but fascinating facts about their history and culture? Buckle up because we are about to dive into a journey that is as eye opening as it is essential. Who are the untouchables? First, let's understand who the untouchables or Dalits are. The word Dalit comes from the Sanskrit root word dal, meaning broken or oppressed. Historically, the Dalits were placed at the very bottom of India's rigid caste system, considered outcasts and subjected to the harshest forms of social discrimination. The caste system is an ancient social hierarchy deeply embedded in Indian society, with origins dating back to the Vedic period around 1500 BCE. The traditional caste system divided society into four main categories: Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. Dalits, however, fell outside this framework entirely, often labeled as Avarnas or those without caste. They were assigned the most degrading and impure jobs, such as manual scavenging, cleaning toilets, and disposing of dead animals. So, why were Dalits treated this way? According to ancient Hindu texts, concepts of purity and pollution played a significant role. The higher castes, particularly the Brahmins, believed that physical contact with Dalits would spiritually pollute them, leading to elaborate social rules to keep the groups apart. These restrictions dictated everything from where Dalits could live to the water sources they were allowed to use. The roots of discrimination. Understanding the roots of this discrimination takes us back to ancient India. The Manusmriti, a foundational Hindu legal text written around 200 CE, outlines various rules that reinforce the caste system. For example, it prescribed severe punishments for Shudras or Dalits if they violated social norms, further cementing their status at the bottom of the social order. But the untouchability concept wasn't uniformly rigid throughout history. During the Mauryan Empire, led by Emperor Ashoka, there were significant efforts to promote equality and compassion. Ashoka's embrace of Buddhism, which rejected caste based discrimination, created an environment where lower caste individuals experienced more freedom. However, after the decline of the Mauryan Empire, the caste system reasserted itself. Fast forward to the medieval period, and you will see that Dalits were frequently exploited by ruling powers. Some local rulers employed Dalits as soldiers, showing that while they were discriminated against socially, they were also essential to the labor and defense mechanism of kingdoms. Yet, socially, the stigma remained unchanged, and untouchables were barred from participating in village assemblies or religious ceremonies. Lesser known facts about Dalit history. Now, let's get into some lesser known but fascinating facts about Dalit history and resilience. Did you know that some Dalit communities have their own warrior traditions and histories of resistance? For example, the Bill and Gond tribes, often labeled as untouchables by mainstream society, had their own kingdoms and fought against colonial powers. These tribes were not just passive victims of history, but active defenders of their land and culture. Dalit contributions to Indian culture. While marginalized, Dalits have played an enormous role in shaping India's cultural heritage. Many Dalit communities have rich musical and artistic traditions. The paradram, for instance, is a traditional instrument used in Tamil Nadu, historically played by Dalits. This drum has not only religious and cultural significance, but has also become a symbol of Dalit pride and resistance. Dalits in literature and philosophy. One of the most groundbreaking Dalit figures in Indian history is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who is often called the father of the Indian Constitution. Ambedkar was born into a Dalit family and faced severe discrimination throughout his life, but he went on to become a prominent scholar, social reformer, and politician. He was instrumental in drafting the Indian constitution and enshrining principles of equality and justice for all. Ambedkar also led mass conversions to Buddhism in 1956 as a form of social protest, which marked a turning point for Dalit rights, untouchability, and colonial rule. British colonial rule in India had a complex relationship with the caste system. On one hand, the British implemented legal reforms that challenged some caste based discrimination. For example, they abolished the practice of sati, an attempt to address untouchability through legal means. However, the British also used the caste system to their advantage, implementing policies of divide and rule that often deepened existing social fractures. Missionary activities during the British era provided an avenue for some Dalits to escape social discrimination. Conversion to Christianity offered new opportunities for education and social mobility, though it also created tension with traditional communities. The Dalit movement and modern India. The 20th century saw significant advancements for Dalit rights. The Indian Constitution, adopted in 1950, made untouchability a punishable offense and granted Dalits, now officially referred to as scheduled castes, reserved seats in government jobs and educational institutions. These affirmative action policies were designed to level the playing field and offer opportunities that had long been denied. However, despite these legal safeguards, the struggle for equality is far from over. Even in modern India, Dalits face discrimination in various forms, from being denied entry into certain temples to facing violence over land disputes. Social and economic disparities remain, and many Dalit activities continue to fight for full inclusion in Indian society. Fascinating cultural practices and traditions. While often overshadowed by stories of oppression, Dalit communities have preserved unique cultural traditions that deserve recognition. For instance, the Madiga community in Andhra Pradesh has its own form of folklore and storytelling that has influenced mainstream Telugu culture. Similarly, Dalit poets and writers have used their work to challenge social norms and bring attention to issues of inequality. Dalit cuisine, too, has a story to tell. Dishes like ambil, a traditional Maharashtrian porridge, are being celebrated as a part of India's culinary diversity. Food, in many ways, serves as a bridge between communities, showcasing resilience and creativity in the face of adversity. In conclusion, the story of India's untouchables is one of pain and prejudice, but also of immense resilience and strength. From ancient times to the modern era, Dalits have fought for dignity, justice, and equality. They have contributed to India's rich cultural tapestry in countless ways, whether through art, music, literature, or social reform. The journey is ongoing, but the progress made so far stands as a testament to the power of human perseverance. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of India's untouchables. If you found this video enlightening, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. What are your thoughts on the struggles and triumphs of the Dalit community? Leave a comment below. Until next time, keep learning and stay curious about the world around you.